name is Hadiza Mohammed from El-Amin International School. By God's grace, the first female president to be. The Nigeria of my dream. An interesting topic to write on. However, in order to write my dream on how Nigeria will be in the future, I will have to reflect on the past and present days of Nigeria so that we may see what has changed, what is changing, and what we want to do to make it better. First of all, I will start from the economy. In the past, we had a relatively stable economy, no problem with money. In fact, there was even a time when the naira was equal to dollar. But now, inflation has kicked in one time too many. And the value of naira is greatly reducing, leading us to a terrible economic meltdown. And to make matters worse, CBN has announced that a 5,000 naira note will soon be released. A few months after they announced that we will soon live in a cashless nation, corruption is just too much. The security of the country is also a concern to us all. In those days, the crime rate in the country was at least quite easy to ignore. But now, the crime wave has gotten bigger and is clutching on Nigeria the more, though threatening the security and safety of the citizens. And as if that was not enough insecurity for one's lifetime, new problems like the militants of the Niger Delta and Boko Haram of the northern states are holding us by the throat. Also, the health sector is quite questionable. Although it is improving, but it still needs to improve a little more. Medicine takes a very long time to study in the university, though making medicine avoided by many people. Even though that study medicine do not want to stay in Nigeria when they graduate, due to the poor working conditions and not being paid as much as medical practitioners should be paid. Therefore, Nigerian medical practitioners go to other countries like India to look for work, thereby leading to brain drain in this sector. The agricultural sector has been found wanting in many ways. Farming was once a top job in Nigeria in the pre-colonial and colonial era. Even some years after independence, we still had a respectable agricultural status. But ever since the oil boom in the 60s, everybody slacked and started relying on oil for all the money, leaving farming for the illiterate, the poor, and the elderly. Now, oil is getting scarce. That is starting to kill the country because nobody has prepared well enough to make up for the loss of oil. The education sector is still struggling in this modern day and age. In other days, we used to have qualified teachers and lecturers at our disposals. But now among those teachers are those who are teachers in quotes because they manage to read the cut-off mark in a given subject. And nowadays, people believe teaching does not pay. Therefore, they reject the profession like it was a taboo. However, the educational sector is improving. Now, since some governors are offering free education to those who attend public schools and renovating public schools to a much higher standard, but much still need to be done. Finally, I would like to talk of the bleeding state of our road and building. In those days, at the time we hadn't acquired independence, high quality roads and houses were constructed. And if you see them today, they are still standing almost as good as they were when they were constructed. But now, news here and there about potholes in the road causing accidents and fatal collapsing building can be heard almost all the time. And that is because those that were assigned to building or constructing them were not zealous or committed enough to do a good job. Now that I am through with all the things that are happening, I shall share with you the Nigeria I desire for the future. The Nigeria of my dream is a peaceful Nigeria. In this Nigeria, the economy is stable and the plague of inflation has finally been eradicated in the Nigeria of my dream. Peace is achieved and everybody is safe and secured. The Nigeria of my dream will also be an avenue of abundance where plenty of goods and services are provided and securities are at arm's reach. Also, I see Nigeria in which hospitals are functioning. Doctors do their work like doctors and good health is the portion of everyone in the country. I also dream of Nigeria with education up for grabs by all who need it. Young and old, I also dream that Nigeria will one day have high quality buildings and good roads. She once did and even surpassed the quality. However, for a dream to become reality, one must not keep on sleeping. Rather, one must work hard on that dream until it flourishes. Therefore, I stretch my hand to invite you all to join me as we work together, and one day we will all get toward the transition of Nigeria to the Nigeria of our dreams. Remember that the spirits of our forefathers will never forsake us, as they are always will us and will forever remain so. My brothers and sisters, in the struggle for a meaningful change, do not despair, as the time is here for us to sing a new song of praise, peace and progress. Note this, that very soon we shall all breathe the fresh fragrance of lushness instead of the putrid smell of corpses that we find littering our street in Kaduna, Jos, Yobe, and some other northern states. I have a dream. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.